Hello everyone, this is Mamta Mund and today we are going to solve some exercise questions 1 to 12 of chapter 6. Chapter name is Decimal of Composite Mathematics textbook. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for getting notifications of future videos, and please visit my blog mathsgrade.com for more information regarding the textbook solutions of CBSE, ICSE and other state boards. Let's get started and solve some questions. And if you like this video, then please click the like button. Today we are going to solve some exercise questions 1 to 12 of exercise 6b of chapter 6, and chapter name is decimals, and topics are changing decimal numeral to a common fraction and comparing decimal numbers. Let's solve some questions. Now we will solve question number 1. Question number 1 is write as fractions. First bit is 0.23. 0.23. Here we can write after decimal place there are two digits 2 and 3. So we have to divide 23 with 100 because 100 has two zeros. So we have to place two digits after decimal place. Here there are two digits after decimal place, so we have to divide 23 with 100 because 100 has two zeros. Now second bit 0.071. Here after decimal place there are three digits, so we have to divide 71 with 1000 because 1000 has three zeros. So 0.071 is equal to 71. 71 is in the denominator and 71 divided by 1000 because 1000 has three zeros. Here after decimal place there are three digits, so we have to divide 71 with 1000. So 0.071 is 71 divided by 1000. 1000 has three zeros, and after decimal place here there are three digits, so we have to divide 71 with three zeros, that is 1000. And 0.23, here there are two digits after decimal place, so we have to divide 23 with 100. 100 has two zeros. Now question number third bit 0.309. Here after decimal place there are three digits, so we have to divide 309 with 1000 because 1000 has three zeros. So 0.309 will be 309 divided by 1000. Fourth bit 0.0037. Here after decimal point there are four digits 0037, four digits, so we have to divide 37 with 10,000 because 10,000 has four zeros. 37, so 0.0037 will be 37 divided by 10,000 because 10,000 has four zeros. And here after decimal place 0.309, three digits, so we have to divide with 1000. 1000 has three zeros. So 0.309 is 309 divided by 1000, and 0.0037 is 37 divided by 10,000. Now question number 5th bit 0.00059. Here after decimal point there are five digits, so we have to divide 59 with 1 with five zeros, so it will be 100,000. So 59 divided by 5 zeros, 1 with 5 zeros, 3, 4, 5. So it is 100,000. So 59 divided by 100,000. 100,000. Here there are five zeros because after decimal point here there are five digits. So we have to divide 59 with 100,000. That is 100,000 has five zeros. So 0.00059 is 59 divided by 100,000. Now sixth bit 0.5001. After decimal point there are four digits, so we have to divide 5001 with 10,000 because 10,000 has 4 zeros. So 0.5001 is 5,001 divided by 10,000. 10,000 has 4 zeros. So 0.5001 is 5,001 divided by 10,000 because 0.5001 has 4 digits, so we have to divide 5,001 with 10,000. 10,000 has 4 zeros. Now question number 2. Write as fractions in their lowest terms. First bit 0.2. We can write 0.2 as after decimal point there is only one digit 2. So we have to divide 2 with 10. 2 divided by 10. And we have to find its lowest term. So first find out the highest common factor between the numerator 2 and the denominator 10. Here highest common factor between 2 and 10 is 2. So 2 divided by 2 is, so we have to divide highest common factor 2 with the numerator and denominator 2 and 10. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now the fraction is 1 divided by 5. So 1 divided by 5 is in the lowest term of the decimal 0.2. It is 1 divided by 5. Now second bit 0.04. Here after decimal point there is 2 digits. So we have to divide 4 with 100. 100 has 2 zeros. And now find out the highest common factor between the numerator 4 and the denominator 100. 4 and 100, the highest common factor is 4. So we have to divide numerator 4 and the denominator 100 with 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 100 divided by 4 is 25. Now it is 1 divided by 25. 1 divided by 25 is in the simplest form. It is in the lowest term. So 1 divided by 25 is the lowest term of the decimal 0.04. So 0.2 is 2 divided by 10, that is 1 divided by 5, and 0.04 is 4 divided by 100, that is 1 divided by 25. This is in the lowest term or simplest term. Now question number third bit 0.008. We have to write this decimal 0.008 in the lowest term, in the fractional form or the lowest term. So 0.008, here after decimal point there is 3 digits, so we have to divide 8 with 1000 because 1000 has 3 zeros. So 8 divided by 1000. Now find out the highest common factor between 8 and 1000. Between 8 and 1000, 8 is the highest common factor. So divide numerator 8 and denominator 1000 with 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1 and 1000 divided by 8 is 125. So 101 divided by 125 is the lowest term or the simplest form of the decimal 0.008. Now fourth bit 0.075. Here after decimal point there are 3 digits, so we have to divide 75 with 1000. Now 75 divided by 1000, here we have to find out the highest common factor between 75 and 1000. And between 75 and 1000, 25 is the highest common factor. So divide the numerator 75 and the denominator 1000 with 25. 75 divided by 25 is 3 and 1000 divided by 25 is 40. Now 3 divided by 40 is the lowest term or the simplest form of the fractions, and 75 divided by 1000 or the decimal 0.075. So 0.008 is 1 divided by 125 and 0.075 is 3 divided by 3 divided by 40. Now question number 5th bit 0.0305. We have to find the lowest term of the fraction of the decimal 0.0305. Here after decimal point there are 4 digits, so we have to divide and the numerator 305 with the with 10,000. So 305 divided by 10,000, and between 305 and 10,000, 5, between 305 and 10,000, 5 is the common factor. So divide with numerator 305 and denominator 10,000 with 5. 305 divided with 5 is 61, and 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000. Now 61 divided by 2,000 is the lowest term, or the simplest form of the fractions 305 divided by 10,000, or the decimal 0.0305. Now sixth bit 0.625. 0.625 here, after decimal point there are 3 digits, so we have to divide 625 with 1000, and 1000 has 3 zeros. So divide is 625. Now find out the highest common factor between 625 and 1000. And between 625 and 1025 is the highest common factor. So 125 is the highest common factor between 625 and 1000. So divide 625 with 125 and divide the denominator 1000 with 125. Now 625 with divided by 125 is 5, and 1000 divided by 125 is 8. Now 5 divided by 8, which is in the simplest form or the lowest term. So 5 divided by 8 is the lowest term of the decimal 0.625. Now 0.0305 is 61 divided by 2000, and 0.625 is 5 divided by 8. These are the lowest term of these given decimals. Now question number 7th bit 24.075. We have to write this decimal as the fractions in their lowest terms. 24.075. We can write 24 and 24.075. That is 24 plus 0.075. Now 24 plus 0.075 is 75 divided by 1000. Because after decimal point there are 3 digits 075, so we have to divide 75 with 1000. Now between 75 and 1000 we have to find the highest common factor. So divide highest common factor is 25. So divide 75 with 25 and 1000 with 25. Now 24 plus 75 divided by 25 is 3, and 1000 divided by 25 is 40. Now 24 plus 3 divided by 40, which is equal to 24, 3, 40. Now 24, 3 divided by 40 is in the lowest term, that is in the simplest form of the decimal 24.075. Now 24.075 is 24, 3 divided by 40, which is in the lowest term of this given decimal 24.075. Now 8th bit 13.125. We have to write this decimal as the fractions in their lowest term. So 13.125 we can write 13 plus 0.125. 13 plus 0.125 we can write it 125 divided by 1000, because after decimal point there are 3 digits, so we have to divide 125 with 1000. Now 13 plus, and between 125 and 1000, 125 is the common factor, that is highest common factor, so we have to divide 125 and 1000 with 125. Now 125 divided by 125 and 1000 with 125. Now 13 plus 125 divided by 125 is 1, and 1000 divided by 125 is 8. Now 13 plus 1 divided by 8, and 13 plus 1 divided by 8 is 13 1 divided by 8, and 13 1 divided by 8 is in the lowest term, that is the simplest form of the given decimal 13.125. So 13.125 is 13 1 divided by 8, where 13 is the natural number and 1 divided by 8 is the proper fraction. So 13 1 divided by 8 is in the lowest term of the decimal 13.125. Now you will solve question number 3. Change the decimal by division. First bit, 1 divided by 5. We have to convert this 1 divided by 5, which is in fractional form. We have to convert this fraction into decimal by division method. 1 divided by 5. So we can write 1 is 1.00. So 5, we cannot divide 1 with 5. So 5 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 1 minus 0 is 1. Then take this 0 here, 10. Now here decimal point, so we have to place decimal point here. Now 5, in the table of 5, if we multiply 5 with 2, we get 10. Now 10 minus 10 is 0. So 0.2. So 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. And this is the division method. We have converted this fractions 1 divided by 5 in decimal by division method. So 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. Now second bit, 7 divided by 8. We have to convert this fraction 7 divided by 8 in decimal by division method. So 7 divided by 8. We can write 7 as 7.0. We cannot divide 8 with 7. So 8 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 7 minus 0 is 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. And take this 0 here. Now decimal point, here decimal point. So put the decimal point here. Now in the table of 8, 8 9 is 72. 72 is bigger than 70. So we have to multiply 8 with 8. 8 8 is 64, which is less than 70. Now 70 minus 64 is 6. And here one more 0, 0. After decimal point, we can write any number of zeros. So here 7.000. Now this 60. 8 8 is 64. But 64 is bigger than 60. Now we have to multiply 8 7 is 56. 60 minus 56 is 4. Now write this 0, 40. Now in the table of 8, 8 5 is 40. Now 840 minus 40 is 0. Now 0.875. So 7 divided by 8 is 0.875. And 0.875 is in decimal form of the fraction 7 divided by 8. So 0.875 is the answer. Now third bit, 3 divided by 5. We have to convert this 3 divided by 5, which is in fraction form. We have to convert this fraction 3 divided by 5 in decimal by using division method. So we can write 3 as 3.0. Now divide 3 with 5. We cannot divide 5 with 3, so 5 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 3 minus 0 is 3. Write this 0, 30. Now put the decimal point here. Now 5. In the table of 5, if we multiply 5 with 6, we will get 30. 5 6 is 30. Now 30 minus 30 is 0. Now 3 divided by 5 is 0.6, and 0.6 is in decimal of the fraction 3 divided by 5. Now fourth bit, 17 divided by 40, 17.0 divided by 40. Now 40, in the table of 40, 40 is 0, 40 multiplied with 0 is 40. 40 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 17 minus 0 is 17. Put this 0. Now in the table of 40, 40 multiplied with 4 is 160, and 40 multiplied with 5 is 200. 200 is more than 170, so we have to multiply 40 with, here we have to put this decimal point, and we have to multiply 40 with 4, 160. Now 17 minus 16 is 1, means this 0. Now write this 0. Now in the table of 40, 40 multiplied with 2 is 80, and 40 multiplied with 3 is 120. 120 is more than 100, so we have to multiply 40 with 2. 40 multiplied with 2 is 80. Now 100 minus 80 is 20. Now write this 0. And in the table of 40, if we multiply 40 with 5, we will get 200. And now 200 minus 200 is 0. Now the decimal is 0.425. So 17 divided by 40 is 0.425, and 0.425 is in decimal form of the fraction 17 divided by 40. So 17 divided by 40 is 0.425. Now fifth bit, 5 divided by 32. 5.00. We can write 5 is 5.000 and divided by 32. 32. So multiply, if we multiply 32 with 0, is 0. Now 5 minus 0 is 5. Write this 0 here and put the decimal point here. Now 32, in the table of 32, 32 multiplied with 1 is 32. Now 50 minus 32 is 18. Now write this 0, 180. Now in the table of 32, if we multiply 32 with 6, 6 3 is 18 and 6 2 is 192, but it is more than 180, so we have to multiply 32 with 5. 5 2 is 10, 1, 5 3 is 15, 160. 180 minus 6, 160 is 20. Now write this 0, 200. Now in the table of 32, 7, 7 2 is bigger than 200. So 6 2 is 12, 1, 6 3 is 18 plus 1, 192. So 32 multiplied with 6 is 192. Now 200 minus 192 is 80. Now write this 0 here, 80. Now this 80, 32. Here 32 multiplied with 3 is 96, which is more than 80. So we have to multiply 32 with 2. 32 multiplied with 2 is 64. Now 80 minus 64 is 16. 80 minus 64 is 16. Now put this here, one more 0. Write this 0. So 160. Now in the table of 32, if we multiply 32 with 5, 32 multiplied with 5 is 160. Now 160 minus 160 is 0. So 5 divided by 32 is 0.15625. 0.15625 is in decimal form of the fraction 5 divided by 32. So 5 divided by 32 is 0.15625. Now sixth bit. 5 13 divided by 64. We can write 5 plus 13 divided by 64. Now convert this 13 divided by 64 in decimal. So 13 we can write 13 as 13.0000. Now divide this 13 with 64. 64 in the table of 64, if we multiply 64 with 1 is 64, which is more than 13, so we have to multiply 64 with 0. Now 64 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 13 minus 0 is 1. 13 minus 0 is 13, and write this 0. Now it is 130. Now put this decimal point here. Now in the table of 64, if we multiply 64 with 3, 3 6 18, which is more than 130, so we have to multiply 64 with 2. 64 multiplied with 2 is 128. Now 130 minus 128 is 2. Now write this 0 here. We cannot multiply 64. If we multiply 64 with 1, then it will be 64, which is more than 20. So we have to multiply 64 with 0. 64 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 20 minus 0 is 20, and write this 0 here. One more 0. Now 200 in the table of 64. 4 6 is 24. 64 multiplied with 4 is more than 200, so we have to multiply 64 with 3. 3 6 is 18. 18 and 12. 192. Now 200 minus 192 is 8. Now write this 0 here. Now in the table of 64, if we multiply 64 with 1 is 64. Now 80 minus 64 is 10 minus 4 is 6. Now this 7 minus 6 1 16. Now write this 0 160. 64 2 is 128 and 64 2 this is 80. If we multiply 64 with 3, which is more than 160, so we have to multiply 64 with 2. Now 64 multiplied with 2 is 128, and 160 minus 128 is 10 minus 2 8, and this 5 minus 2 3. Now write one more 0 here, this 0, and divide 64. Now 64 in the table of 64, if we multiply 64 with 5, 64 with 5, 5 6 are 30 and 5 4 are 20. 30 20 320. So 64 multiplied with 5 is 320. Now 320 minus 320 is 0. So the decimal is 0.203125. Now 5 plus 13 divided by 64 is 0.203125. Now 5 plus 0.203125 is 5.203125. 5.203125. This is in decimal form of the fraction 5 13 divided by 64. So 5.203125 is the decimal of the fraction 513 divided by 64. Now question number 7th bit, 431 divided by 80. We can write 4 plus 31 divided by 80. Now divide this fraction 31 divided by 80 to convert this decimal. So divide 31 we can write 31 as 31.000 divided by 80. In the table of 80, if we multiply 80 with 1, which is 80, which is more than 31, so we have to multiply 80 with 0. Now 80 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 31 minus 0 is 31, and write this 0. Now put the decimal point here. Now in the table of 80, if we multiply 80 with 5 is 400, which is more than 310, and if we multiply 80 with 4, 8 4s are 32, which is more than 310, so we have to multiply 80 with 3. 80 multiplied with 3 is 8 3s are 24, 240. Now subtract this 310 minus 240, which is 11 minus 4 is 7. 11 minus 4 is 7. 2 minus 2 0. Now it is 70. Now write this 0. Now in the table of 80, if we multiply 80 with 9, it's 720, which is more than 700. So we have to multiply 80 with 8. 80 multiplied with 8 is 640. Now 700 minus 640 is 10 minus 4 6. 6 minus 6 0. Now it is 60. Now put this, write this 0, and now it is 600. Now in the table of 80, if we multiply 80 with 8 is 640, which is more than 600. So we have to multiply 80 with 7. 80 multiplied with 7 is 7 8 is 56. Now it is 560. Now minus 600 minus 560 is 10 minus 6 4, and 5 minus 5 0. Now it is 40, and write this 0. Now 400. Now in the table of 80, if we multiply 80 with 5, 85 is 400. Now 400 minus 400 is 0. Now it is 0.3875, which is in decimal of the fraction 31 divided by 80. Now 4 plus and 31 divided by 80 is 0.3875. Now 4 plus 0.3875 is 4.3875. And 4.3875 is the decimal form, decimal of the fraction 431 divided by 80. Now question number 8th bit, 1113 divided by 25. We can write 11 plus 31 divided by 25. Now convert this 11 plus 13 divided by 25. Now we have to convert this 13 divided by 25 in decimal. So 13 point, we can write 13 as 13.00 and divided by 25. In the table of 25, if we multiply 25 with 1, which is 25, which is more than 13. So we have to multiply 25 with 0. Now 25 multiplied with 0 is 0. Now 13 minus 0 is 13, and write this 0 here. Now put the decimal point. Now in the table of 25, if we multiply 25 with 6 is 150. 25 6 ja 150, which is more than 130. So we have to multiply 25 with 5. And 25 multiplied with 5 is 125. Now 130 minus 125 is 5, and write this 0 here. Now in the table of 25, if we multiply 25 with 3, which is 75, which is more than 50, so we have to multiply 25 with 2. and 25 multiplied with 2 is 50. Now 50 minus 50 is 0. Now 0.52 is the decimal form of the fraction 13 divided by 25. Now we can write 11 plus 13 divided by 25 is 0.52, this one, and now 11 plus 0.52 is 11.52, and 11.52 is the decimal form of the fraction 11 13 divided by 25. So 11 13 divided by 25 is 11.52. Now question number 4. Change the following fractions into decimals by changing denominators to 10 or multiples of 10. First bit, 4 divided by 5. Here 4 is in numerator and 5 is in denominator. We have to convert these fractions into decimal by multiplying the denominator 5 with denominator 5 to 10 or the multiples of 10. Now in the denominator 5, if we multiply 5 with 2, we will get 10. 10 is the multiple of 10. 10 is we got the denominator 10 or multiples of 10. So now 5 multiplied with 2 is 10. Now we have to divide, we have to multiply the numerator 4 with 2, same number 2. So 4 multiplied with 2 is 8. Now 8 divided by 10 is the equivalent fraction of 4 divided by 5. Now 8 divided by 10 is 0.8, because in the denominator 10 has only one single 0, so we have to place one digit after decimal point. So it will be 0.8. So 4 divided by 5 is 0.8, and 0.8 in the decimal form. So 4 divided by 5 is 0.8. Now question number second bit, 9 divided by 2. Here 9 divided by 2 is in the fraction form, and where 9 is the numerator and 2 is in the denominator. Now we have to convert this fraction 9 divided by 2 in decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. In the denominator 2, if we multiply 2 with 5, then we will get 10. And so we have to multiply the numerator 9 with the same number 5. Now 9 multiplied with 5 is 45. Now 45 divided by 10. Here 10, in the denominator 10 has single 0, so we have to place one digit after decimal. So it will be 4.5. Now 4.5 is in the decimal form. Now 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Now question number third bit, 11 divided by 4. Here 11 is in numerator and 4 is in the denominator. Now we have to convert these fractions 11 divided by 4 into decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. In the denominator 4, if we multiply 4 with 25, we will get 100. So we have to multiply the numerator 11 with the same number 25. Now 11 multiplied with 25 is 2, and 2 plus 5 is 7, and this is 5. This is the simplest way to multiply any number with 11. Just write the first number and the last number and add the two digits 2 and 5. Now 275 divided by 100. Here 100 is the multiple of 10, and 100 has two zeros, so we have to place two digits after the decimal point. Now 75. 75 has two digits, so we have to place here decimal point. Now it is 2.75, and 2.75 is in the decimal form. So 11 divided by 4 is 2.75. Now question number fourth bit, 1 divided by 8, where 1 is in the numerator and 8 is in denominator. Now we have to convert this fraction 1 divided by 8 into decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. So 1 divided by 8. Here if we multiply 8 with 125, we will get 1000, and 1000 is the multiple of 10. That is 10 multiplied with 100 is 1000. So multiply the numerator 1 with 125. So multiplying 1 with 125 is 125. Now 125 divided by 10 divided by 1000. 1000 is the multiple of 10. Now we have to find the highest common factor between 125 and 1000. Between 125 and 1000, 125 is the highest common factor. So divide the numerator 125 with 125 and one denominator 1000 with 125. Now it is 125 with 125 is 1, and 1000 divided by 125 is 8. Now 1 divided by 8. We have to find the decimal form. So 125 divided by 1000 is, here after this in the denominator 1000 has 3 zeros, so we have to place 3 digits after the decimal point. So it will be 0.125. After decimal point there are 3 digits, because 1000 has 3 zeros. So decimal is 0.125. So 1 divided by 8 is 0.125, and 0.125 is in the decimal form of the fractions 1 divided by 8. Now question number 4, question number 4, fifth bit. 16 divided by 25. Here 16 divided by 25 in this fraction, 16 is in the numerator and 25 is in the denominator. We have to convert these fractions into decimal by changing the denominators to 10 or the multiples of 10. Here 16 divided by 25. In the denominator 25, if we multiply 25 with 4, now it is 100. So we have to multiply the same number 4 with the numerator 16. 16 multiplied with 4 is 64. Now 64 divided by 100, and in the denominator 100 has 2 zeros, so we have to place 2 digits after the decimal point. Now it is 0.64. So 0.64 is the decimal form of the fraction 16 divided by 25. Now sixth bit, 11 divided by 20. We have to convert these fractions 11 divided by 20 into decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. So in the numerator 11 and denominator 20. If we multiply 20 with 5, we will get 100. And 100 is the multiple of 10. Now we have to multiply the same number 5 with the numerator 11. Now 11 multiplied with 5 is 55. Now we will get 55 divided by 100. And 100, the denominator 100 is 2 zeros. So we have to place 2 digits after the decimal point. So 0 point, it will be 0.55. After decimal point, it is 55. So it is 0.55. So 11 divided by 20 is 0.55. Now seventh bit, 13 divided by 125. This is in the fractional form, where 13 is in the numerator and 125 is in the denominator. We have to convert these fractions into decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. Now 13 divided by 125. Now multiply the denominator 125 with 8. We will get 1000. Now we have to multiply the numerator 13 with the same number 8. Now 13 multiplied with 8 is 104. 104 divided by 1000. and in the denominator 1000 has 3 zeros. So we have to place 3 digits after the decimal point. 104 has 3 digits, so we have to place decimal point here. So it will be 0.104. Now 13 divided by 125 is 0.104, and 0.104 is in the decimal form of the fraction 13 divided by 125. Now 8th bit, 131 divided by 250. We have to convert these fractions 131 divided by 250 into decimal by changing the denominator to 10 or the multiples of 10. In the fraction 131 divided by 250, 131 is in the numerator and 250 is in the denominator. So divide 250. Now multiply the denominator 250 with 4. We will get 1000. Now we have to multiply the numerator 131 with 4. Now 131 with 4, this is 4 1 ja 4, 4 3 ja 12, 1, 4 1 ja 4, 1, 5. Now it is 524 divided by 1000. And in the denominator 1000 has 3 zeros, so we have to place 3 digits after the decimal point. Now in the numerator 524 is 3 digits, so we have to place 3 digits after the decimal point. Now it is 0.524. Now 0.524 is in the decimal form of the fraction 131 divided by 250. Now question number 5. Compare the following decimal numbers, use less than, greater than or equal to. First bit, 5.91 dash 5.89. Here in the decimal 5.91, 5 is in the whole part and 0.91 in the decimal part, that is 5. Here also 5 and 5 equal. Then after decimal point it is 9, and here after decimal point it is 8. 1 9. Here 9 and here 8. Here 5 is equal, both have equal 5. Then after decimal point it is 9 and here 8. So 9 is greater than 8. So 5.91 will be greater than 5.89. So 5.91 is greater than 5.89. Now question number second bit, 23.175 dash 23.192. Here 23 whole number, here also 23 whole number. Then after decimal point it is 175. Here 192. Here after decimal point here 1. Here also 1. Both are equal. Then in 100th place it is 7, and in 100th place in 23.192 it is 9. 7 is less than 9. So it will be less than. So 23.175 is less than 23.192. Now question number third bit, 5.94 dash 6.037. Here 5 is in whole part, that is whole number. Then after decimal point it is 94, and here 6.037. Here 6 is in whole part, whole number. So 5 and here 6. 5 is less than 6. So we have to place less than symbol. So 5.94 is less than 6.037. Now fourth bit, 19.705 dash 19.750. Here 19, both have 19 as the whole number, whole part, and in the decimal point it is 705. Here also after decimal point it is 7. Here also 7. Then here 0 7 0. Here 7 5. Then 0. Then 19 equal. Then 7. After decimal point it is 7. In 10th In 10th place it is 7, here also 7. In 100th place it is 0, here 5. So 0 is less than 5. So we have to place less than symbol. So 19.705 is less than 19.750. Now fifth bit 0.607 dash 0.66. We have to compare these given two decimal numbers. So 0 point, here also 0 point, after decimal point it is 6, here also 6. Then after decimal point 6, in the 100th place it is 0, here in 100th place it is 6. Here in 1000 place it is 7. Here there is no digit, so we have to place 0. So 0 0 equal, then 6, here also 6 equal, then here 0 0 is in 100th place, and here 6 is in 100th place. 0 is less than 6, so we have to place less than symbol. So 0.607 is less than 0.66. Now sixth bit 30.690 dash 30.69. We have to compare these given decimal numbers. So 30, in the whole part it is 30, and here also 30, and after decimal point it is 6, here also 6. After decimal point in 100th place it is 9, in 100th place here also 9. In the 1000 place it is 0, so here there is no digit, so we have to place 0. Now both have equal digits, so 30, here also 30, 6 6 9 9 0, and here there is no digit, that is 0. So 30.690 is equal to 30.69, so we have to place equal symbol. So 30.690 is equal to 30.69. Now seventh bit 11.10 dash 11.001. We have to compare these two decimal numbers 11.10 and 11.001. In the whole part it is 11, both have 11 as the whole number, and in the decimal part it is 1. After decimal point it is 1, in the 10th place it is 1, and in the 10th place it is 0. So 1 is greater than 0. Now we have to place greater than symbol here. 11.10 is greater than 11.001. So 11.10 is greater than 11.001. Now 8th bit 2.938 dash 2.9387. 2.938 sorry 2.9387. Here in the whole part whole number is 2, both have equal whole number 2. Then after decimal point in the 10th place it is 9, here also 9, both are equal, and in the 100th place it is 3, here also 3, and in the 1000 place it is 8, in the 1000 place it is 8, both are equal. In the 10,000 place it is 7, here also, here there is no digit, so we have to place 0. Now we know 0 is less than 7. So 2.938 is less than 2.9387. So the decimal 2.9380 less than 2.9387. Now question number 6. Represent these decimal numbers order of size starting with the largest. First bit 5.893, 5.983, 5.903 and 5.938. 5. Here in the when we compare the decimal number, first look at the whole part. Here whole part all these decimals have 5, so all have equal 5. Here also 5 5 5. So 5 point, after decimal point it is 8. Here after decimal point it is 9, So 5.8, this is the lowest decimal, 5.8. Here 9 3, here 983, 5.903, and here 5.938. Here 5.8. 5.88 is lowest digit in the 10th place. So 5.893 the lowest decimal. Then compare the 5.983, 903 and 5.938. Here in the 10th place, uh, all the 10th place digit, all the 10th place is the 9 digit, all have equal. So then next move to the 100th place digit. Here 100th place digit is 8, here 0, and here 3. So 8 is bigger digit, that is 0. Then after 5.893, this will be 5.903. So 5.893, then 5.903, because 0 is the lowest digit. Then after 0, this is 3, 5.938. Then after 3, 8 is the largest digit, so 5.983 is the largest decimal, 5.983. So represent the decimal numbers in order of size, starting with the largest. So 5.983 is the largest decimal, then the 5.938, then 5.903, then 5.893. So 5.938 is the largest decimal and 5.893 is the smallest. This is the largest and this is the smallest. So 5.938, then 5.938, 5.983, then 5.938, then 5.903, then 5.893. So 5.983 the largest decimal and 5.893 the smallest decimal. So now second bit, we have to represent the decimal starting with the largest decimal. So 0.786, 0.706, 0.607, 0.6768 and 0.756. We have to represent this given decimal number in order of, that is the largest to the smallest decimal. So first in the 0 point, all these decimals have 0, 0.786, 7. In the 100th place it is 7, all the decimals have 7 in the 100th place. In the 10th place, all the decimals have 7, 0.7. Then after the 10th place, in the 100th place it is 8, 0, here 8, 0, 6, 6, 5. So 8 is the largest digit. So 0.786 is the largest decimal. Then after 8 it is 6, but there are two decimals which have 6 in the 100th place. So 0.760 and 0.768. But in 760, in the 100th place, in the 1000 place it is 0, and in the 1000 place it is 8. So 0.768 is the largest decimal, then after 0.768. So 0.760. Then after 6 in the 100th place, 5, 0.75. 5 is the smallest digit in the 100th place. Now it is 0.756, then 0.706. After 5, 0 is the smallest digit, so 706. So 0.786, then 768, 760, 756, and 706. These are the decimals, decimal representation from the largest to the smallest decimal. So 0.786 is the largest decimal and 0.706 is the smallest decimal. Now question number third bit. We have to represent the given decimals from the starting with the largest decimal to the smallest decimal. So the decimals numbers are 0.1007, 0.0071, 0.0107, 0.0710, and 0.0171. In the all these decimals, 0 is in the whole part. So, and in the 10th place, 1. Here 1 is the greater number than 0. All other decimals have 0 in 10th place. Here also 10th place 0. Here also 10th place 0. 0 0. Here also 10th place 0. So 0.1007. This is the largest decimal. Then after 1, we have to compare this 0. Here 0. Then move to the 100th place. In 100th place it is 0. In 100th place in 0.107, 1 is in 100th place. Here 7 is in 100th place. Here 1 is in 100th place. So 7 is the highest digit in the 100th place. So 0.710. Now in the 100th place it is 1 and here also 1. So compare these two numbers, 2 decimal 0.0107 and 0.0171. Here 01 and here also 01. Then in 1000 place it is 0 and in 1000 place it is 7. So 0.0171. 7 is the greater digit, so 0.0171 is the greater number than 0.0107. 0.0107. Then after 1, here 0. So the smallest decimal is 0.0071. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0.1007 is the largest decimal and 0.0071 is the smallest decimal. Now question number 7. Represent these decimal numbers in order of size starting with the smallest. So first, starting with the smallest decimal, we have to arrange the decimals from the smallest to the largest decimal. First bit. The decimals are 3.93, 4.61, 3.07, 3.47 and 4.16. So the smallest digit in these given decimals are first 3. 3 is the smallest digit in the whole part, that is 3. Here 3, here also 3, 3. 3 decimals have 3 in the whole part. Then after whole part. Next move to the 10th place. Here in the 10th place in 3.93, 9 is in 10th place. In the decimal 3.070 is in 10th place, and 4 is in 10th place, 3.47. So the smallest decimal 0. This is 0 is in 10th place, so 0 is the smallest digit. So 3.07 is the smallest decimal. Then after 0 the smallest digit is 4. So it is 3.47. Then after 4 the smallest digit is 9. So 3.93. Then all the three digits in the whole part all are done. Now move to the 4.61 and 4.16. Now compare these two decimals. 4.61, 4 is in whole parts. So then next move to the 10th place. Here in the 4.61, 10th place is 6, and in the 10th place of the decimal 4.16, 1 is in the decimal part in the 10th place. 1 is in 10th place. So 6 is the 6 is the larger digit, then 1 is the smallest digit. So 4.16, 1 is smallest, so next 6 is the larger digit, so 4.61. So the smallest decimal is 3.07 and the largest decimal is 4.61. So the arrangement of the decimal numbers from starting from the smallest to the largest decimal is 3.07, 3.47, 3.93, then 4.16, then 4.61. 3.07 is the smallest decimal number and 4.61 is the largest decimal number. Now question number second bit. 207.08, 206.80, 200.8, 207.8 and 206.08. We have to arrange these decimal numbers from the smallest to the largest decimal. 207. Here in the whole part 207, 206, 200, 207, 206. So 200 is the whole part. So 200 is the smallest whole number. So 200.8 is the smallest decimal. Now after 200 the whole number 206, but there are two decimals which is 206 in the whole part. This is 206.80 and 206.08. So 206 point, here in the 10th place 8 is in the 10th place, and here in 206.08 0 is in the 10th place. So 0 is the smallest digit. So 206.08 is the smallest decimal. Then 206.80 is the largest decimal. Then compare the 207.08, this one, and 207.8. Here in the decimal, here in the whole part 207, both have 207 point. In the 10th place 0, in 207.08 0 in the 10th place, and 207.8 is in the 10th place. We know 0 is less than 8, so 207.08 is the smallest decimal, then 207.8 and 207.8 is the largest decimal. So the smallest decimal is 200.8 and the largest decimal is 207.8. So the arrangement of the decimal numbers from the smallest to the largest decimal are 200.8, then 206.08, 206.80, then 207.08, then 207.8. And 207.8 is the largest decimal, and 200.8 8 is the smallest decimal from the given sets of decimal numbers. Now question number third bit. We have given the sets of decimal number. We have to arrange these decimal numbers starting from the smallest to the largest decimal. The decimals are 3.3, 3.03, 0.33, 0.03, 0.303 and 3.003. Here 3 is in the whole part, 3. Here 3, 3 and 3. 0. 0 is the smallest digit. So here 0, 0.33, 0.03 and 0.303. So 0 point is the smallest. Now compare these three decimals, 0.33, 0.03 and 0.303. In the 10th place, here 3 is in the 10th place, here 0 is in the 10th place and 3 is in the 10th place. Now in the 100th place, 3 is in the 100th place. So 0.03 is the smallest decimal. Now compare the 0.33 and 0.303. These two decimals. Now compare these two decimals, 0.33 and 0.303. In the 100th place, 3 is in the 100th place and here 0 is in the 100th place. So 0 is the smallest digit. So 0.303 is the smallest decimal. Then 0.33 is the smallest decimal. Now all the decimals with whole number 0 are done. Now compare these three decimals with the whole number 3. Now 3.3, 3.03 and 3.003. In the 10th place, 3 is in the 10th place. Here 0 is in the 10th place and 0 is in the 10th place. So 3.003. 3.3 is the highest digit. See, 3.3 is the largest decimal. Now compare these two decimals with 0 is in the 10th place. Now move to the 100th place. Here 3 is in the 100th place, but here 0 is in the 100th place. So 0 is the smallest digit, then 3. Now 3.003. This is the smallest decimal. Now after 3.003, the smallest decimal is 3.03 because 3 is in the 100th place. Now 3.3 is the largest decimal. So the largest decimal is 3.3 and the smallest decimal is 0.03. So the arrangement of the decimal numbers starting from the smallest to the largest are 0.03, then 0.303, then 0.33, then 3.003, then 3.03 and 3.3. 3.3 is the largest decimal number and 0.03 is the smallest decimal number. Now question number 8, multiple choice questions. Which statement is true? These options are given. First option is 4.69 is less than 4.6. 4.69 is less than 4.6 means 60. So here both have 4, 4, then 6, 6, then 9. Here 9 and here 0. But 9 is greater than 0. So this will be 4.69 is greater than 4.60. But here less than symbol is here. So this is false. Now second option. 10.61 greater than 10.601. 10. Both have 10 in the whole number, whole part. And 61, here 601. 10, 10. Then here in the 10th place 6, 6. Both are equal. In the 100th place it is 1, but here 0. But 1 is greater than 0. So this is correct. Now option C. 1.09 is less than 1.089. 1 so 1.09, 1.089. 1 here both have 1 is in the whole part, and 0 0 both have 9. 9 is greater than 8, but here less than symbol is given, so this is also incorrect. This is wrong. Now option D, 12.55 and 12.555. 12 point, here also 12, both have 12 in the whole part, and 5.55, here also 5.55. 5.5 both are equal, and here 5.50, and here 5.55. 0 is less than 5, and but here greater than symbol is given, so this is also incorrect. So our option B, second option B is the correct. So option B, 10.61 greater than 10.601, this is true. So option B is the true. Now question number 9, multiple choice questions, MCQ. 0.0049 expressed as a fraction is, these options are given. 0.0049. Here after decimal point there are 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to divide 49 with 4 zeros. With 1, that is 10,000. So 49 divided by 10,000. So option B, that is 49 divided by 10,000. In 10,000 there are 4 zeros, and after decimal point here 0.0049. After decimal point there are 4 digits, so we have to divide 49 with 10,000, and 10,000 is 4 zeros. So option B, that is 49 divided by 10,000 is the correct option. Now question number 10, multiple choice questions, MCQ. Which of the following sets of decimals are arranged in descending order, that is biggest to the smallest decimals, largest to the smallest decimal order? We have to find out which option is the correct option. So 1.910, here 1 1, all have 1 in the whole part, so 1. Then 9, here 9 is in this in the 9 is in 10th place, 9. Here also 9, so this is the small 9. So this is the small largest decimal, 1.910. This is the largest decimal. Then after 9 the largest digit is 1. But here 1.019. So 1.019 will be the smallest decimal. 1.019 will be the smallest decimal. But here 1.019. So this is incorrect. But 1.109 and 1.119, we have to compare these two decimals. 1.1, 1 is in 10th place, 1 is in 10th place. Then move to the 100th place. Here 0 is in 10th 100th place, but here 1 is in 100th place. So 1.119 is the largest decimal after 1.910. Then 1.109 is the smallest decimal, then after 1.119. So the arrangement of the given sets of decimal from starting from the largest to the smallest, that is in descending order, are 1.910, then 1.119, 1.109 and 1.019. 1.910, 1.019. So this is incorrect. Then in option B, 1.119 is the largest, so this is also incorrect. 1.910, here 1.910, 1.119, 1.119, then 1.109, 1.019. So option C is the correct option. Now 1.019, this is also incorrect because 1.019 is not the largest decimal. So option C is the sets of decimals arranged in the descending order. 1.910 is the largest decimal and 1.019 is the smallest decimal numbers. Now question number 11, multiple choice questions MCQ. 2, 1 divided by 25 expressed as a decimal is. These options are given. 2, 1 divided by 25. So 2, 1 divided by 25 can be written as 2 plus 1 divided by 25. 2 plus, here 1 divided by 25, we have to convert these fractions into decimal to denominator to 10 or the multiple of 10. Multiple of 10. So in the denominator 25, if we multiply 25 with 4, we will get 100. Now we have to multiply the same number 4 with the numerator 1. Now it is 2 plus 4 divided by 100. Now 2 plus 4 divided by 100 is 2 plus 4 divided by 100 is, here in the denominator 100 is 2 zeros, so we have to place 2 digit after the decimal place. So 4 0. So it will be 0.04. Now it is 2.04. So option C, that is 2.04 is the correct option. So 21 divided by 25 expressed as a decimal is 2.04. Now question number 12, high order thinking skill HOTS questions. Order the numbers 8, 3 divided by 4, 8.73, 8, 7 divided by 8, 8, 17 divided by 25 and 8.69 in ascending order, that is from smallest to the largest decimal. Here 8, 3 by 4, all these decimals have 8 in the whole number part. So convert this 3 divided by 4 into decimal number, that is 3 by 4. Here in the denominator 4, if we multiply 4, convert this denominator to the 10 or the multiple of 10. So if we multiply 4 with 25, we will get 100. Now multiply the numerator 3 with 25. 25 3 is 75. Now it is 0.75 because 100, here in 100 there are 2 zeros, so we have to place 2 digits after decimal, so it is 0.75. Now 8 3 by 4 is 8.75. Now this is 8.73. Now 7 divided by 8. 7 divided by 8. And here multiply this 7 divided by 8. Now convert this denominator to the 10 or the multiple of 10. So if we multiply 8, denominator 8 with 125. Now multiply the numerator 7 with 125. So 7 multiplied with 125 is 7 5 is 35, 3. 7 2 is 14 plus 3 17. 1 7 8. 875, and this is 8 multiplied with 125 is 1000. Now 875 divided by 1000. Now in the denominator 1000 has 3 zeros, and in the numerator there are 3 digits. So we have to place 3 digits after the decimal point. So it will be 0.875. So 8.87 divided by 8 will be 8.875. It is 8.875. Now 17 divided by 25. Here 17, 8.875. 8.875. Now 17 divided by 25. Here 17 divided by 25. Now in the denominator 25, convert this denominator to 10 or the multiple of 10. So 25 multiplied with 4 will get 100. So we have to multiply the same number 4 with the numerator 17. 17 multiplied with 4 is 68. Now this 68 divided by 100. In the denominator 100 there are two zeros. So we have to place two digits after the decimal point. Now it will be 0.68. So 0.68. Now it is 8. 17 divided by 25 is 8.68. And now it is 8.69. Now we have to arrange these decimals in ascending order, that is smallest to the largest decimal. Now all these decimals have 8 in the whole number part. Now compare the 10th place. Here in the 10th place it is 7. Here also 7. But here 8. 6, 6. But 6 is the smallest digit. Now compare 8.68 and 8.69. 8.68 is the smallest digit. Is ascending means smallest to the largest. So 8.68. Then after 8.68, 8.69 is the smallest digit, smallest decimal. 8.68 is the smallest decimal. Then after 8.68, 8.69 is the smallest, is the largest decimal. Then 8.68. Then compare this. Here 7. 7 is in the 10th place. Here 7. Here also 7. But here in 100th place it is 5. And in 100th place it is 3. Now 3 is the smallest digit. Then 5. So 8.73. Then 8.75. Now 8.8. 8 is in 10th place. So 8 is the largest digit in the 10th place. So 8.875 is the largest decimal. So the smallest decimal is 8.68, 8.68, and the largest decimal is 8.875. So the arrangement of the given decimals, given numbers in ascending order are 8.68, 8.69, 8.73, 8.75, and 8.875. If you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, then please subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubts, then please write in comment section and I will reply. Keep learning, keep watching, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you. If you like this video, then please click the like button and share this. If you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, then please subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for getting notifications of future videos. If you have any doubts, then please write in comment section and I will reply. Keep learning, keep watching, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.